somebody. Yeah. I do going, I should talk. Hey. Yes, so nothing to God. Yeah, yeah. Hey. Yes, it's another beautiful Saturday. If you're there, join us. Let us know where you're joining us from. Say hello. Say hello. Let us know where you're joining us from. Let us hear from you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. We're just waiting for a little bit of, people to join us. We start in 2-3 minutes. We're going to start. Thank you for joining us. When you say hello, I can see your name so I can recognize you. Thank you. I would like to acknowledge your presence there. Just say hello. That will allow me to see your name. 2-3 minutes, we start. Eh? 2-3 minutes. Yes, good evening. Join us here, not on Messenger. Join us here live. I can't attend to Messenger now. Eh? Bí ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ ṣe ń yan lójú ẹlẹ́gùsí ò gbọ́dọ̀ yí láta. Báyìí lè di màrí. Tag somebody, let's start. Let us start. Tell them Abby is online. Abisola is here. Let us start. Your founder, lójú ẹ̀pẹ̀gùn. Bí ọ̀pọ̀lọ́ ṣe ń yan lójú ẹ̀. Ẹlẹ́gùsí ò gbọ́dọ̀ yí láta. One more minute, we're going to start. I don't go by number. You can always watch the recording, the recorded one, the repeat, I mean. You can always watch the repeat, but I would love you to be here. I would love to hear your opinion. I love us to do it together. So please do share. Tell somebody, call their attention. Let us do this together. Consequences of provocation. That is what we're doing today. Okay, we're just going to start. Yes, I'm just going to start. Hopefully, I'm hoping this will just be about 20-30 minutes program today. I would just like to go straight to the point. Yes, let's allow King Sunny Ade rest now. Yay! Hey! Yes, sir. Yes, hello everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's another beautiful Saturday. If you're joining for the first time, my name is Abisola Oshoteku. Here we just come together to share the issues of life, to talk about what is going on in life. Just let us rub minds together. I always love to hear from you. We've dealt with a lot of topics on this program, and people have been giving a wonderful feedback so far, so good. So tonight is not going to be an exception. So tonight as well, we're going to be talking about consequences of provocation. That's what we're going to be discussing tonight. So I want to believe we've all heard what happened last week. Myself and my daughter, we actually talk about provocation. And I thought, that's it, we're done. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Say hello so that I can acknowledge you there. If you don't say hello, I don't see your names. I would love to acknowledge you. Thank you. So today we're talking about consequences of provocation. Last week, myself and my daughter were here to talk about provocation, and I love the angle she comes from. She was just pouring her heart and just say her own. So we use with Smith as our case study and Bianca in Nigeria as our case study last week. But surprisingly, we don't even see it coming. Something shocking happened this week. If you have heard or you don't know, I just want to say to you, we heard and we read that Will Smith was banned from the Academy, you know, the Oscar, the organizers of Oscar Award, that he was banned for 10 good years. Come on, guys. 10 good years. That is not a joke. Of course, we heard that he also resigned. What we don't know is he after the consequence that he resigned? Anyway, that is not why we're here. As I always say, we are not here to chat about people. Is just to learn from their journey, what they are being through. And that is what I'm going to be talking about today. So today, I'm not going to even focus on people who enjoy to provocate others, who enjoy to just provoke you. There's no point in us wasting our energy on them because we do not have power to change anyone, but you can work on yourself. So that is what we're doing tonight. I'm not going to waste my breath on them. You know, it's just like what I say, is they are like a pig, you know, who is looking for somebody to fight with and to just make them stinking, you know, to be messed up. You don't want to be like them. So I'm not going to put my energy on people who enjoy to provocate others. In my language, they will say, Mamulia Yesu, you know, I will do everything. You know, so some people actually enjoy to provoke you, to push you to your limit. So we're not going to pay our attention to them. As I mentioned earlier, we don't have power to change them, but we can work on ourselves. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry, say hello. I would like to know where you're joining us from. Please do say hello so that I can acknowledge your presence there. And please do feel free to text. I would love to hear your comments. I would love to read it. And if you want to come on camera, please send a request. I will bring you on camera just to contribute as well into this. If you just joined, we're talking about consequences of provocation. Oh, thank you, Auntie. Thank you for joining me, Ma. How are you doing, Ma? Thank you so much, and thank you. Yes. So we're talking about consequences of provocation. Yes. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to focus on people who that is their hobby, to upset people, to provoke you, but we're going to be talking about to think about ourselves. They are like pig, and if you fight with a pig, you will be in the mud, and you also will be like a pig. So we are not going to put our attention there. My first question is, can provocation be planned? Can somebody plan provocation? Yes, people plan provocation. Surprisingly shocking. Yes, some people, they are ready. They will prepare in advance and say, everything that will cost me, I will make sure I deal with this person. So you will be surprised how something little just happen, very small thing, and boom, they are all over the place. Only on for a short while, going to a meeting. Sis, that's fine, Auntie. That's fine. I do understand, ma. I even appreciate you for even making every effort to always join us. Thank you so much, ma. Yes. So you can always watch the repeats, ma. You can always watch it. Yes, yes, that would be lovely. So, as I mentioned, can people plan it? Some people do plan to provoke you. They will plan it, so they will do everything to push you to that corner. But when they do, what is your own action? Before you take that action, remember, we are still using Will Smith as our case study. We are not focusing on him, but what can we learn from what happened to him? There is consequences in every of our action. There's always. So whatever the consequences is, are you ready to bear it? You know, as I mentioned, he was banned for 10 years from academy, from the Oscar. He was banned for 10 good years. Will Smith is 50 something. 10 years plus his age is 60 something. Oh my goodness, that is a long time. We all don't see it coming. I'm not too sure if he also see it coming from a matter that it can be handling in a very subtle way, or you can say your opinion in a very firm way and still not be violent about it. So I'm asking myself now, and I want you to ask yourself, when you are being provoked, why would I want to take this action? Oh, thank you. Hey, my sis, all the way from Abuja. Thank you, Ripon, for joining us. Thank you. Let us know where you're joining us from. Thank you so much. I will mention it again. Thank you, Uncle Niyi, for joining us. I will mention again, we're talking about consequences of provocation. So you that you are being, and as I mentioned, I'm not going to waste my breath on people who deliberately provocate us. We're not going to spend our breath, but we can work on ourselves. And that is why I'm here today. I hope this video is not going to be a long one. I'm hoping to do it within 30 minutes and we're done. So why would I want to take this action? What you want to do when you are being provoked, that action, in the case of Will Smith, he slapped. You get what I mean? So when you want to take that action, while you are thinking, take a pause. Why? And I will use myself as an example. A colleague of mine, just less than a year or over a year, actually pushed me to the limits. At the peak, it's over 2 years now. At the peak of COVID, I was there to just walk. Thank you, Tolua, for joining us. Thank you, Adedotun. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. We're talking about consequences of provocation. So that my colleague, you know, when COVID started, we all are so scared. We're like, we don't know what's going to happen. And this is the job that I do part-time. So I was there and we don't even know what's going to happen. The hospital are not providing PPE at the moment and all that. I was so panicked. I was, you know, and this lady was just so nasty to me. In fact, I don't want to be saying it online. She said something that was so upsetting and I lost it. Just like that. I could not hold it, and because people know this lady to be very nasty, so I was just like that. I gave it to her, as people will say. I was just, you know, I'm sure she never expected that. I was just like that. I said it, and seriously, people were shocked because people have never seen me in that way to react to situation. Many colleagues were surprised. Many come to me and say, oh, I like the way you did it to her. That's good. She's this kind of a person. That's good that you confronted her. That's this. As if that wasn't enough. After many weeks, I did not, you know, because it's a part-time, I don't go there often. So I went to work only for people who were not there, who did not witness the incident. I was working in a different ward, and they came to me and said, oh, Habi, I heard what you did to so person. You know, that is good. And I felt really bad. You know, some people would have been very hard, or another person might be very boastful of what they did. I said, no, I don't want this to be my testimony. Somebody saying to me that, you know, I was so, you know, outspoken, you know, kind of very insulting and everything. You know, though many people are on my side because they all know this lady to be very, she can be very, you know, very, very confrontational, very whatever. You get what I mean? She can provoke you. Let me just use that word. So many people were happy that I stand up to her, and you know, I totally believe I went extreme. This is a work environment, and also this is not me. Many people are enjoying it, and I started saying, no, I don't want my testimony to be like this, that you know, I talk in this kind of way. And when people who are talking to me about it, they want me to narrate what happened. I said, no, I'm not going to discuss what happened. I'm not going to go to that line. What am I saying to us is, you know, sometimes that action for me that I took on that day that I was so hungry is more of, you're not going to insult me in front of our colleagues and get away. I will show you the stuff I'm made of. And that is not the stuff I was made of or that I am made of. You get what I mean? So I was doing it just to tell her that I can give you a taste of what you have been giving to other people. So when we want to do something, let us think that, why do I want to take this action that I want to take? You know, and the next thing is, does it really worth it? For what's it called now, Will Smith, the action he took by slapping Chris Rock, does it really worth it? Please, I would like to see your comments there. Does it really worth it? Have you experienced provocation yourself? What are your reactions? What do you think? I would love to read your comments. You know, so when you think back, when you just realize back, that's, you know, what, you know, does it really worth it, my action? You slapping somebody, you say it all. As some people will say, Ma sọ̀rọ̀ gba gbogbo orí ẹ̀. Tí bá sọ̀rọ̀ fún báyìí, ó máa wọlé lọ parẹ́ ẹni. Does it really worth it? When you ask yourself that this thing that I want to do, my action that I want to say, being confrontational, be standing up for my rights, being whatever it is, being defending myself, whatever we're going to call it, does it really worth it? You know, there is power in, you know, in holding back, in handle things in a matured way. There's power in it. I said last week, Chris Brown, maybe they've been trained as a comedian to be able to take some slap. If he was like that, you know, when he was talking, I was like, oh my God. At first, I thought it was a joke. So when he took that action, does he really want it? Don't give people your pain. Lack of self-control had made him lost a lifetime opportunity. That is it. He is a role model. This is a guy that he even knew somebody, a younger person is sleeping with his wife, and he took it well. He took it well. That a younger person is sleeping with his wife, he took it well. You get what I mean? Thank you so much, Bimbo, for joining us. He took it well. Now this happened and it's all over, and they banned him for 10 years. So when you ask yourself, this action, does it really worth it? What will it make me to be? As I said earlier, don't give your pain to people. What do I mean by that? Don't let people know your weakness. If people know that this is your weakness, they will use it to poke you. They will use it to frustrate you. So when you are being provoked, handle it with maturity. Handle it in a way that even people will learn from you. Can you see now? Chris Rock is now the hero. He's now the big guy. He's now the big good person. He was the one that started it, but now people see him as a good person, as a matured person. So in most cases, these people that provoked you, they will turn out to be somebody that people will say, oh, maybe he didn't know, maybe that's the way he likes to talk, but you too, you shouldn't have done it that way. It's just give the Black race a bad name. Violence and lack of self-control. That is it. That is it. Can you see? And I love what Denzel Washington said. He said, at your highest moment, be careful. Be careful what the enemy or something like that can do for you. Be very careful at your highest moment. That is when the devil comes for you. At our highest moment, even as a mother, as a father, as sisters, as daughters, we should be careful of how we react to things. This whole world seems very big, very large, but it's very small. You don't know when you can meet people in future. What is your testimony going to be like? Is your testimony going to be everywhere you go? People will say, oh, this particular person, oh, Abby doesn't take nonsense. If you say this, she will give it to you. She will slap you. She will do this. I don't want that to be my testimony. I don't know about you. I'm sure you don't want that to be your testimony as well. Where you are going, when people started attaching you to a trouble, when people started attaching you to something that is not pleasant, it is high time to put your feet down and say, no, I want to change this narrative of my life. If people always say to you, I only binu mani, that is the way she gets angry so easily. You need to do something about it. It is not a cool thing for anybody to say about you. You have defended your family. Be wise in your action and be ready to face the reaction on of the consequences. They have both came, let me see, they have both came long way. Chris Rock took the joke too far. But don't forget, Will Smith is going to Will Smith is going through a lot himself, but he could have handled it in a different way. Yes, that is what we're talking about. He's going through a lot. This lady, she's suffering from one sickness or the other, but the fact remains that you can do it. Look at that environment. Look at that environment. So, and again, ask yourself, will I see this person again? This person that provokes you, this person that do all kind of things for you. Is it the person you see day to day? Is it just a one-off thing? Maybe you are driving and somebody drives wrongly, or you met somebody in the store and somebody says something to you, all kind of thing. Ask yourself, will I ever see this person again? But your action on that day, let me say you go to a shop and you throw a tantrum to a cashier and you just talk anyhow. Many people have witnessed that, and you walk away. You might not see them again, but whosoever see the incident that happened on that day, you don't know where you can see later met in the future. So we have to see that, would I see this person again? Is it just a one-off thing? Is this person even, are they going through a bad time themselves? Can I walk away from this situation? Will it change the kind of person I am? That is my next point. Will it actually change my person? Who I am as Abisola, a child of God, will it change my person? As a mother, as a wife, will it change my person? In my career, will it change my person? As I mentioned earlier, Chris Rock now is just, is a big guy. Everybody's praising him. Everybody is, saying, oh, he has done well. He has done this. He has done that. It's shameful for somebody who, as Will Smith, who have worked so hard all his life to put himself up there for just something. It's not small, but he can deal with it. I'm sure that joke is not as huge as a younger person sleeping with his wife. It's not as huge as that. And he handled that well. Why can he not handle this well? So in our reaction, let us think, let us have a flash back in a moment and see that, why do I want to do this? Why do I want to do this? It's not a joke for him, even despite the fact that he was resigned. He resigned that, but the fact remains that they banned him for 10 years. They banned Will Smith for 10 good years. This is not a friend, do not invite you to a party. You can't care about party. But this award ceremony has to do with every one of them, every filmmaker's, career. It has to do with their career. This is where they showcase their hard work. And it's being warned, it's being banned not to go there for 10 good years. So guys, I just want to say to us today, let us think about our reaction before we do it. Remember, this video is not for people who enjoy provoking you. It's for you, myself, how we can work on ourselves. And my final point is, ask yourself, how important is this person that is provoking me to me? Is it your husband? Is it your wife? Is it your mother-in-law? Is it your father-in-law? Is it your blood brothers and sisters? Is it your parents? How important, how close are this person to me? This person, how close is he or she to me before you take that action? Is he a very good friend that just make a silly mistake like Chris Rock? It's just a, they are both, good colleagues. They've done good works together. Is it just a one-off mistake that I never knew it could go wrong? I know some people cannot, especially I'm talking to myself as a lady as well, especially when it comes to our in-law. Some people don't take a mess from them. It's like you give it to me, I give it to you. Think about the consequence. Think about it. And when we are giving back, when I was thinking of doing this again, doing the part 2 of this, because we did it last week, but thinking of the consequences, I was thinking, I said, what if it was Joe Biden that made that joke? Because this today, we're watching, it was a news that we were watching, and Obama actually said to Joe Biden, the vice president, and he laughed and he said it was a joke, blah, 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 my president and all that. He joked. He joked about it. It has, well, let me say it's Joe Biden or it was Obama that make the joke that Chris Rock make. Let me say it was just Obama. Will Smith, will he slap Obama, or will he slap Joe Biden as the president of the country? Will he? No, he wouldn't. I'm very sure of that. He will not dare slap Joe Biden. So when we are taking, because when we are taking our action, we base it on people's level to us. We base it on they need me. Whatever I do, I go scot-free with it. So when all these things are happening, think about it. Are you selective of people? At the end of the day, we are all human beings. God created us in his own image. We are all human beings. Why are you being selective in your reaction? The way you react to things. The president can get away with it. Your boss can get away with it. But your security, your gate man cannot get away with it. Your cleaner cannot get away with it. Or somebody who is in lower, your low colleague cannot get away with it. So let us learn how to treat people equally and work on ourselves. Let us work on ourselves. And lastly, I'm going to say, as I said, I intend this video to be a short one. Lastly, ask yourself, finally, ask yourself and tell yourself, does it really worth it? My reaction to this thing. And also, at the back of your head, think that people are watching you. People are watching everything you are doing. Walking away is just the best way to handle unpleasant situation. That's it, sis. Thank you. That's it. And don't forget, I also mentioned you being quiet. There's maturity in it and handle things differently. Pressure. So ask yourself, when you're going through this, when things bounce on your face, your reaction towards it, how you react, think about it. People are watching me. Remember, I always mention on this platform, we are all role model. We are all influencer. We are all influencing one way or the other. If nobody at all, you are influencing your children, your husband, your wife. So we all are influencer in one way or the other. So today's video, I just want to bring it to us. Consequences of provocation. My action, what is going to be the consequence of that action? If it doesn't want it, take a patient, take a deep breath, and do not do it. So, is there any question? Is there any question? I'm going to round up now. Somehow, some videos are not jumping. Some topic are not something that people want to hear. As you all know, I'm not here for drama. I'm here to change life and for my own life to be better as well. So I just want to say thank you all for joining me. It's been wonderful. Thank you for being on this journey with me. This journey we are riding together. It's been wonderful. So we see you again next week at 7:30. Please do not forget to share. Please do not forget to like. I'm going to put this on the YouTube so that people who do not have access to Facebook can also, everybody can watch it on YouTube. You don't have to have one particular social media to use it. Thank you. Oh, thank you, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a lovely evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate